Damn, Bruce, that's metal. Footage from a camera test for The Batman featuring Robert Pattinson in the Batsuit has officially been unveiled, and fans are already picking it apart. Among their more fascinating discoveries, Batman's chest plate appears to have been made from repurposed materials. Although the footage is bathed in red light, it does reveal a pretty sweet-looking Batsuit with a solemn Robert Pattinson, demonstrating that, at the very least, he has the right jaw for the part. The chest plate really turned heads though. At first glance, it simply appears to be mechanical, possibly made from a pair of batarangs or some other gadgets of the type that the Dark Knight is inclined to utilize. At second glance though, it looks like something much more hardcore, pieces of a gun.
Bob? Gun.
Now, we know what you may be thinking. Batman doesn't use guns. Heck, he hates guns. Why on earth would he have pieces of one embedded in his costume? Fans think they know the answer, and if you haven't guessed it yet, prepare for a big ol' explosion inside your cranium. The theory is that it isn't just any gun that Batman may have used to construct his chest plate. Fans believe that the possible gun in question will serve to remind Bruce Wayne every single time he goes to put on that suit why he's putting himself in danger to protect the citizens of Gotham. The gun that can prod him to think of the innocent lives that might be lost if he should lose his focus. The gun that set him on the path to becoming the Batman in the first place. That's right, the idea goes that protecting Batman's heart in the new Batsuit could be the gun that was used to kill his parents. Fans weren't the only ones to jump on this possibility. Filmmaker and comic book writer Kevin Smith was among the first to notice that the insignia on the new Batman costume could be made from a gun, because if it's indeed true, he's likely the one that gave the film's team the idea. Smith was among the many writers to participate in the creation of Detective Comics issue 1000, a 2019 tome that featured a plethora of intriguing Batman tales. In Smith's story, Bruce Wayne melted down the firearm that was used in his parents' murder, fashioning it into a plate that was hidden under the logo on his chest. If this is true, it could be a very savvy move. The murder of Thomas and Martha Wayne is a well-known and oft-depicted element of Batman's story, and it would be easy to make the case that the Batman would do well to avoid revisiting that particular plot point. Using their murder weapon as an element of Batman's costume could serve as a compelling visual signifier of the Dark Knight's origin, a way to ensure that even if they're never even seen on screen, the Wayne's presence will loom large over the Batman's narrative. The gun that killed Batman's parents also appears in an arguably even more significant way in the pages of the wondrously loony Batman Year 2. At a tense point in the first issue's narrative, Bruce Wayne decides that the proper way to avenge his parents' deaths is to take the gun involved in their murder and fire it at someone else. Circling back to the new Batman costume, fans have pointed out that it seems to be something of an amalgam of a number of Batsuits past. Among its more prominent features is a popped collar, which calls to mind the design of the cowl in Gotham by Gaslight, the 1989 comic and later animated film that posited an alternate version of Batman operating in the Victorian era.
I need your files on the Ripper.
The shoulder pieces and overall aesthetic of the new Batsuit also seem to owe a lot to Batman's design in the Arkham video game series, particularly 2015's Arkham Knight. While the mask is reminiscent of nothing so much as a classic design from Tim Burton's original 1989 flick Batman. If the Batman team was going for a best of all worlds kind of feel with the new Batsuit, then so far it's looking like they pretty much nailed it. The Batman is scheduled for release on June 25th, 2021. Check out one of our newest videos right here, plus even more Looper videos about your favorite DC characters are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.